Hello, welcome everyone. Welcome back to my channel. Well, I have started a 45 days plan for mocks, and definitely it will help you in uh, achieving good grades in your main GCSEs as well. It's for physics and mathematics, and for both I am starting with the past papers. Well, this is specifically for Edexcel mathematics. So the plan is like we will be doing quick revisions of every topic. I'm not going to deep dive into it. The quick information or the main exam related questions we will be doing that will help you in your mocks, as well as we will be doing the past papers. So apart from that, if you want to enroll our mock tests that will be conducted live, and like 2 live sessions, the doubt sessions will be there as well, and there are 10 tests conducted. You will get your mock papers, and along with it you will get the detailed solution, and that all costs you just £20, and it for each subject. And if you take more subject, you can avail the discount up to 25%, which is definitely affordable. At the same time, if you're looking for the mock papers and the detailed solution, if you're not looking for sitting for the live mock test, then also we have the set of 15 papers with the detailed solution, and that's only at £10. Also, we are running GCSE classes for all subjects at just £6 per hour. And if you are looking for any year from year 1 to year 13, any subject, the classes are at very affordable rates. Okay, so let me start with this past paper. This is first paper, higher tier, May 2023. So the question one says work out 8.46 divided by 0.15. Because it's a non-calculator paper, we have to do like manually. So first thing is 0.86 divided by 0.15. First thing is we have to remove the decimals. So 8.46 is, it can be written as 846 over 100 divided by 0.15 can be written as 15 over 100. We know whenever we divide two fractions, the division sign will be converted into multiplication sign and the numbers get reciprocal. That means 846 over 100 will be written as it is. This division sign will be changed into multiplication sign, and this will become reciprocal, which is 100 over 15. I can cancel out. Remaining is 846 over 15. And now that we have to divide, so 846 over 15, we know 15/5 is 75. 9, 6. Then 15/6 we can use as 90. 6. Now I have to use decimal. So I'll put decimal here, and since I have used decimal, it will be 0 here, and 15 times 4 is 60. So our final answer is 56.4. Moving on to the next question. Work out 7 3 over 8 minus 2 1 over 2. You have to give your answer in mixed form, but first we have to convert it into improper fraction. So we know the denominator will be multiplied by this number and then add this number. This is how we can convert it. So 8 times 7 plus 3. 8 times 7 will give you 56, and 56 plus 3 will give you 59. So 59 over 8 minus 2 times 2, 4, and 4 plus 1, 5. So 5 over 2. Whenever we solve any fraction, we have to make decimal or the denominator same. Here, the denominator is 8 and 2, and I need to make the denominator 8. So multiply it with 4 and multiply it with 4. 59 over 8 minus 20 over 8. We have made the denominator same, so 59 minus 20 over 8, which is 39 over 8. I cannot simplify it further, but I can convert into mixed fraction again, as they're asking you to give answer in mixed fraction. So we know 39 over 8. Well, manually we can do, but let me show you how we can. So 8 times 4 will give you 32, remaining is 7. So denominator will remain same as it is. Your quotient will be written here, and the remainder will be written up there. So final answer is 7 over 8. Moving on to the next question. A cube has a total surface area of 150 centimeters squared. Work out the volume C. We know directly the formula for volume, it's a cubed, or we know the volume of a cuboid is what? Length times width times height. And if in case of cube all the lengths are equal, so it will become L cubed or A cubed. Let me show you by drawing a cube here. Well, since we know that, just a minute. Yes, since we know that length, width and height of a cube are all equal because it's made up of all square sides, so this will be length, length and length. Surface area is basically area sum of all the areas of all the surfaces. There are 6 surfaces in a cube, and if you find the area of one surface, it's actually a square. And area of one square is L squared. You can clearly see the front one. It's a square with length L and height L. So it's going to be L squared. Similarly, there are 6 faces. So the surface area of cube is 6L squared, as L squared is the area of one surface. So there are 6 surfaces, so multiplied by 6. And this value is given as 150. So 6L squared is equals to 150. L squared is equals to 150 over 6. Dividing both the sides by 6, I'll get L squared equals 150 over 6. So 150 over 6 is 25. Taking root, I'll get plus minus 5, but obviously length cannot be negative, so I'll be taking only positive 5 centimeters. We have it. So volume is what? L cubed. Length times width times height, which is L cubed. 5 cubed, which is 125 centimeter cubed. So our final answer is 125. Moving on to the next question. The table shows information about the daily rainfall in a town for 60 days. And this is given. We have to draw the frequency polygon. Well, frequency polygon is when you draw a histogram and you take the midpoint, you will get a frequency polygon. So, between 0 to 5, frequency is 8. That means 0 to 5, frequency would be here all the way like this. I'm showing you, once you have practice in drawing the histograms, you need not to draw the histogram, you can directly draw the polygon. I'll be showing the both ways of doing it. This bar that we are making, we have to find the midpoint of it, like this one and this one that I'm making. The midpoint of will be the important one, like this. Similarly, I have to make for others 5 to 10, it's 24. That means here, this one and this one. This will be 1. Similarly, from 10 to 15, it's 13. So it's going to be like this. Then from 15 to 20, it's 11. So 11 like this. and from 20 to 25 it's 4. Once we are done with drawing the histograms, I have to take the midpoint of the surface. So midpoint of the surface is this one, then this one, then this one, this one, this one. And just I need to join them together. It will give me this, 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 and this. This is the remaining frequency polygon. I was saying that even you need not to draw the histogram. I have cleared you because for those who are not aware of this, haven't gone through this concept, so you should know that we have to draw histogram like this, and then at the very end we have to take the midpoints and we can draw the frequency polygon. But if you don't want to do like this, if you don't want to draw the histograms, you can directly find the midpoints. That means I know from 0 to 5 it's what? 8. So 0 to 5, 8. This one, right? We know this whole is going to give me, so I have to find the midpoint of 0 to 5, which is this, and here. This would be my corresponding midpoint. Similarly, from 5 to 10, it's 24, which is here. This is 24, this line is 24, and its midpoint is this. Then 10 to 15, midpoint of 10 to 15 is here, and till 13. So midpoint and moving to 13 would be here. 15 to 20, midpoint is this, and till 11, which is here. 20 to 25, midpoint is here, and till 4 here. So finally you can join this, 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 and finally this. So you got your frequency polygon. Moving on to the next one. There are numbers given from 1 to 10. The set A represents the odd numbers, set B represents all the square numbers, and we have to complete the Venn diagram of this information. So first thing is, the question is about the probability, but the first thing is to complete the Venn diagram, and that's more important. So first thing is 1, 2, 3, 4 till 10. This whole space is being covered by this, the whole rectangle. So 1 to 10 will be inside this rectangle. A represents all the odd numbers. So how many odd numbers are there in between 1 to 10? It's 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9, because A represents those odd numbers. B represents the square numbers. So square numbers are 1, 4, 9. This thing where they are intersecting represents the common number. So out of these, the common numbers are 9 and 1. So I'll write 1 and 9 here instead of here. So deleting this one and writing 1 and 9. Still you can see 1, 9, and 4 is inside B, and 1, 3, 5, 7, 9 is inside A. But since they share the common value, that's why they 1 and 9 are written inside it. Next is those numbers that are not inside the circles will go outside the circles. So those numbers are 2, 6, 8, 10. You can fill these numbers anywhere on the remaining part. A number is chosen at random from the universal set. Universal set is this one. So a number is chosen from this. Find the probability that this number is in set B complement. The word B complement means all those numbers that are not in B. If I'm saying the set B, that means I have to find all the numbers that are in set B, which are 194. But they are talking about all the numbers that are not B. Complement of B, that means not inside the B. So these remaining numbers 6, 8, 2, 7, 3, 5, 10 are those numbers that are not inside B. So how many such numbers are there? There are 7 numbers. So I can choose 7 numbers out of all the numbers from universal set, and there are 10 numbers in universal set. So probability says number of ways by which event can occur over total possible outcome. So over 10. So 7 over 10 is your probability. Moving on to the next question. The scatter graph shows information about the ages and the weights of some babies. Describe the relationship between the age and weight of the babies. We can clearly see that they are increasing linearly, or I can say there's a positive correlation. But the second thing is showing you have to estimate the age of baby. So for that, let me draw the line of best fit. A line of best fit always passes through in such a path, you can say that the points will be equally distributed on either side. So I can draw it like this. Let me see, it can be more like this. Yeah, in this way I can see that the points are equally distributed and some points are pretty much lying on it. So yeah, this is your line of best fit. As I told you, the relationship is what? As the age increases, the weight is also increasing. So it's linear relationship. So as age increases, weight increases. And this is positive correlation. Now, another baby has a weight of 5.8 kgs. Using the scatter graph, find an estimate for the age of this baby. So, the baby has a weight of 5.8. So, I have to see the weight section which is on y-axis, and where 5.8 is, 5.8 would lie here, this one. This will represent, because there are 10, 1 will represent 2, so yeah, so I think 5.8 would be here. This is 5.8. Let me draw a horizontal line over it until it touches your graph, and then a vertical line like this. So the final value would be 3.8, 3.8, 3.7. We can get the answer. So the age is 3.8 months. Moving on to the next question. The price of a holiday increases by 20%, and this 20% increase adds to 240 to the price of the holiday. Work out the price of the holiday before the increase. So it says the price of a holiday increases by 20%, and 20% increase is the addition of 240. So let's say let the price be X. This is the actual holiday price. Now this value is increased by 20%. So 20% of X is X into 20 over 100, which is 0.2x. That's it. Whatever be the value of the ticket, if you are finding the 20% of the ticket, that is actually equals to 240. So 20% of ticket is equals to 240. X is equals to 240 over 0.2, which is 1200. So answer is finally 1200 pounds. That's it. Moving on to the next one. The diagram shows a solid cylinder on a horizontal floor. The cylinder has a volume of 1200 centimeter cubed and the height is 40 centimeters. The cylinder exerts a force of 90 newtons on flow. You have to work out the pressure of the flow due to cylinder. Now they have already mentioned the formula, which is pressure equals force over area, and we have studied that in physics as well. So pressure is force over area. For force, we know it's what? It's basically the weight. In downward direction, the force is the weight. So cylinder exerts a force of 90 newtons on floor, which is already mentioned. So pressure is equals to 90 over area. Area is the only area that is in contact of the surface. This cylinder is standing vertically. So on the floor, there is only this circle. And that is exerting the pressure basically, or that is exerting the force on the ground. So we have to take the area of this portion only. So which is a circle with radius r. Now we have to calculate the radius as we don't know. Or directly what we can do, we even need not to find the value of radius or what. It's simply we know the volume of cylinder is what? Pi r squared h. That's it. And pi r squared is what? The area of the surface of the cylinder, or you can say the circle. So volume is 1200 pi r squared into 40. From here, pi r squared is equals to 1200 over 40, which is 30. So we get to know pi r squared is what? Area of the cylinder, the circle. So the area of circle is 30 and pressure is force over area. So pressure is now 90 over 30, which is 3. So our answer is 3 Newton per centimeter squared. If they would be asking in meters, then we have to convert. But since it's in centimeters, that's why we haven't converted into like in meters, or we haven't changed the unit. The next says use this graph to solve simultaneous equation. See, these two straight lines are already given. We just have to see their intersection point. That's the solution of this one. That's it. So this is the point where they are intersecting. The value of x is 6 and y is negative 2. So x is 6 and y is negative 2. That's the answer. Here is a pentagon. Angle AED is equals to 4 times angle ABC. Work out the size of angle AED. AED, that means this angle they are asking. For that, the first and the most important thing is we should know the sum of all the angles in a pentagon. Well, there is a formula to calculate sum of all angles in a polygon. If you haven't gone through this concept before, this is the best way to learn it, understand it. So the formula is sum of all angles of a polygon is n minus 2 times 180. Now depending on what kind of polygon it is, you will get the sum of angles. That means, take an example of a triangle. There are 3 sides. So this n is nothing but number of sides. Number of sides. So in a triangle, the number of sides are 3. So when I substitute 3 here in place of 9, I'll get n. I'll get 3 minus 2 times 180, which is 180. And we all know that sum of all angles of a triangle is 180. Similarly, we know the sum of all angles of a quadrilateral, a square, a rectangle, these all are quadrilaterals, is always 360 degrees. So we know their sides are 4. So 4 minus 2 times 180 will give you 360. And so we know that we can calculate the sum of angles of any polygon with this formula. Here it's pentagon mentioned, that means n is 5. So 5 minus 2 times 180. It's nothing but 3 times 180, which is equals to 540 degrees. So now I get to know when I add all the angles, that means angle A plus B plus C plus D plus E. This should be equals to 540 degrees. Now, they have specifically mentioned one more thing, that angle AED is 4 times angle ABC. So if ABC is X, AED is 4 times X. I need to add them up. So 120 plus X plus 110 plus 135 plus 4X equals 540. From here, I can calculate sum of all the angles is 365. So 5x plus 365 equals 540. Bring it here. 5x is equals to 540 minus 365, which is 175. And finally, x is equals to 175 over 5, which is 35. But they're not asking you to calculate this one. Instead, they're asking you to calculate this one. If x is 35, angle E is 4 times 35, which is 140. So our answer is 140 degrees. Moving on to the next one. Write 6x to the power of 5 y to the power of 3 whole squared in the form of divided by 3x squared y 7 into 4x y to the power of negative 3 in the form of ax to the power of b y to the power of c. Simple, we just need to simplify. First of all, we have to apply the power rule. The power rule says if there is a power or another power, we just need to multiply their powers. So 6 x to the power of 5 y to the power of 3 whole squared is nothing but 6 squared times x to the power of 5 whole squared times y cube whole squared. And here in division, I can multiply 4 and 3 together numbers. Similarly, x to the power of 2 plus 1. We can multiply the like terms, like we can add their powers. So x to the power of 2 into x is nothing but base remains same and power gets added. Similarly for y to the power of 7 and it's minus 3. So 6 squared is 36. X to the power of 5 over 2. As I told you, it's a power rule. So power gets multiplied. So x to the power of 5 into 2, 10. And this is y to the power of 6 over 12. X to the power of 2 plus 1, it's 3. And it's 7 minus 3, y to the power of 4. 36 over 12 is, I can divide numbers together, same terms together. So 36 over 12 is 3. X to the power, it's quotient rule. It says if you are multiplying two indices having the same base number, the power gets subtracted. That means if a to the power of m over a to the power of n, since base number is same, so power gets subtracted. Same thing, I'll do it here, which is x to the power of 10 minus 3 and y to the power of 6 minus 4. Final answer is x3, x to the power of 7, y to the power of 2. That's your final answer. So I can write 3x to the power of 7, y squared. It says Martha plays a game twice. The probability tree diagram shows the probabilities that the Martha will win or lose each game. Find the probability that Martha will lose at least one game. See, the meaning of at least is she will at least lose one game. One game she will definitely lose, but she can lose both the games as well. That's the meaning of at least. So that means Martha can win first game but lose second game. Okay, so probability of losing the second game, I can say. It's probability of losing second game plus she can lose first game and win second game plus she will lose both the games. So in this case, you can see at least she is losing one game and both the game, and you need to add it up. When I taught probability, you can see my probability tree diagrams or probability video. I explained the concept of AND and OR. So AND, that means when something is happening, definitely AND, just like she is winning first game and she is losing second game. So AND is there, and whenever there is AND in between two probabilities, we have to multiply, and that's why I have multiplied here, here and here. But when we are taking different cases, possibility that this can happen or this can happen, that means she can lose one game or she can lose a second game or she can win both the games. Obviously, these all three cannot happen simultaneously all at one place. At a time, it's not possible. So in that case, I will add them. So this probability or, so or means add it up. This probability or, so calculate the probability of each and add it up, you'll get the answer. Winning the first one and losing the second one, that means 5/8 times 7/9 plus losing the second game and winning the losing the first game and winning the second game, which is 3/8 times 2/9 plus losing both the games, that means 3/2 and then 7/9. 3/8 and 7/9. So this will be 35/72 plus 6/72 plus 21/72. Adding all up, you'll get 62/72. There's one more way by which you can calculate this one as well. There's alternative method, which is, I think it's much simpler comparatively. Total all possible outcome in this is she will win first, lose second. I'm writing all possible outcome here. She will lose first one, win second game. Win first game, lose second one. Win both and lose both. We have added these three up together and got the answer. I have already explained in my video that sum of probabilities of all events is always equals to 1. That means when I find probability of this plus probability of this plus probability of this plus probability of this, this will give me 1 as my answer. It means if I say this is probability 1, probability 2, probability 3, probability 4, so adding all the probabilities together, it will give me 1. I need P1 plus P2 plus P4. So P1 plus P2 plus P4 is 1 minus P3. That means if I'll calculate the probability of winning first and winning second as well, I can get my answer. So winning first is 5/8 and winning second is 2/9. So 1 minus 5/8 times 2/9. So 1 minus 10/72, which is 62/72. So this is an alternate way of solving, which is much more simpler in this case. Okay, moving on to the next question. Y is directly proportional to x. Y is 24 and x is 1.5. Work out the value of y when x is equals to 1.5. Well, y is directly proportional to x. That means I can write y is equals to kx. Whenever something is directly proportional, we write like this. To calculate the equation, final equation, we have to calculate this constant k. Value of y is 24. Value of x is 1.5. From here, you can calculate value of k, which is 24 over 1.5, that is 16. So my final equation is y is equals to 16x. This is my relationship between x and y. That's our first aim, to calculate the equation of x and y. Once we have the equation of x and y, just put the value of x to get the value of y. That's all we need to do. So plug in the value of x. So y is equals to 16 into 5, which is 80. Finally, y is 80. 14th, write 1 over 6 in the form of 4 to the power of n, where n is an integer. See, 16 can be written as 4 squared. It's very simple. So 1 over 4 squared. But they wanted to write in a form of 4 to the power of n. So if I move it upside, this will become 4 to the power of negative 2. So final way of writing is 4 to the power of negative 2, and n is negative 2. Work out the value of 8 to the power of 5 over 3 minus 9 to the power of 3 over 2. Whenever you have a fractional power, always try to convert your base number into an indices form. That means in the form of a to the power of m. The base number should be converted into a to the power of m form. So 8 is what? 2 cubed. So 2 cubed whole to the power of 5 over 3 minus 9 can be written as 3 squared. So 3 squared whole to the power of 3 over 2. There is a power rule which I just talked about earlier as well. That means if there is a power over another power, you just need to multiply them together. So this will be 2 to the power of 3 into 5 over 3 minus 3 to the power of 2 into 3 to the 2 into 3 over 2. This will be 2 to the power of 5 minus 3 to the power of 3. 2 to the power of 5 is 32, and 3 to the power of 3 is 27, and final answer is 5. So that's it for today in this paper. This is the part 1 of the paper. I'll be uploading the part 2 tomorrow. So till then, just try to revise all the questions and try to incorporate those concepts that we have studied, revise them, make notes. It will definitely help you. As I told you about the past paper or the mock paper test series, if you want to enroll, just email us at exactacademy@gmail.com. Or if you need the one-on-one classes or group classes for GCSE A-level, so for any class, for any subject, just email us at exactacademy@gmail.com. Apart from it, as I told you that I am running 45 days a plan. This is totally free, and the whole revision that I'll be doing and the worksheets, you can avail all that for free on my website, which is www.exactacademy.com. So that's it for today. See you tomorrow. Bye. Take care.